Alright, hello. Hi guys, it is Saturday, the beginning of a new weekly vlog. It is currently just after 5:30 in the evening. Today's been a rough one. I was suffering with a heavy migraine all morning. I was actually in and out of naps until about like 1 o'clock. And then my migraine was like completely gone by 2:30. Yay. Ish. 3? Anyway, it was a rough morning. And because I was going to spend all day today, because it occurred to me, being Saturday, I have to edit last week's weekly vlog. And then I kept wanting to get back into Bride. I'm currently 23% of the way through. I'm at chapter 7. And I'm so excited to keep reading this. Like, I'm getting so into this, guys. So, since I became migraineless, I got the weekly vlog edited, and it's currently uploading for upload first thing Monday, as always. Like, I've realized that having it release the midnight into Monday has just been a nice schedule for me, to where y'all can start your week off with a new video from me, as well as it gives me the weekend to edit and take care of it all, because it's a good time for me to sit down and do that, since I'm typically the first one up. So I've got a nice quiet morning too. And then I was gonna read, but I have like 15 minutes before I gotta go to dinner. But I should then return from dinner and continue reading Bride. I'm so freaking excited, guys. Okay, so I just wanted to come and say a quick hi, give you a quick update on the day, because I did come on a little later than I anticipated, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm here now. So, yeah. See y'all later tonight. Alright, hey. So, I am back from dinner, and I plan on spending tonight reading the heck out of Bride. I'm currently at chapter 7, and before I started reading, I wasn't sure if I was going to annotate, but I did start annotating, so I did want to let you guys know what I plan on doing in regards to my annotations. I am using these first 3 colors and kind of pairing them with some pens for what I want to use. I've got 3 areas that I'm doing. I'm using red with the dark tab for just general story stuff. I think my current one that I have in here is banter between the two. Yeah. Or, well, one of them is just banter. One's not even... they're kind of banter moments from... One of them is just from Misery, and then the other one is between Misery and Low. But then I just kind of using this for more... I'm using red for just more general story stuff. Or anything that's not, I should say anything that's not related to the romance that I particularly like, or that just kind of like gives me the giggles or something, because I feel like Misery is a sharp little one, okay? Like, Misery is a very sarcastic individual, and I love that about her. I'm loving her sarcasticness. It's making me laugh. And then just as well as, like, there was just a comment that she made early on that I just got a little chuckle out of, that I marked. And of course, I'm not gonna say what those marks are, just so I don't ruin anything. In regards to black and pink, I am using the dark and the light pink at the top. Pink for her, dark pink for him, and black for anything romance related between the two. And then I also have some highlighters that I'm pairing with them as well. The only highlighter I've used so far is the gray for something I highlighted for Low. At the top of each chapter, there's these little like excerpts that come from like a third, I think the story's third no, is it from? Where am I? Because the book is from Misery's perspective, but at the top of each chapter, there's just like this little excerpt. and it may or may not be related. It's kind of like a behind the scenes kind of feel based off of what's going on in the story, because like the one at the top of chapter 7, I actually highlighted the one at the top of chapter 7 just because I loved it so much. But like it's something from, it's a third person but from Lo's perspective in a way, if you know what I mean. It's third person, but it's pertaining to Lo, I guess is a better way to put it. But this itself does not actually have to do with the scene going on that we're currently in the middle of. But I loved it so much I just had to highlight it because it's not romance related, but it's Lo related. And so I'm like, you know what? Let me use his highlighter and I'm gonna highlight it. I don't know, like honestly, I plan on using the pens more. And I like the pens better because I know when I did Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, no, when I just did it in Fourth Wing, I used the pen, see if I can, the pen side of the highlighter versus a ballpoint. Like it's a big difference using it on a book page. So I used the highlighter pen side for Fourth Wing, but then at the end I didn't really like the way that it looked. Now I highlighted the hell. I annotated the hell out of Fourth Wing when I read it the second time because I wanted to annotate Iron Flame and just Fourth Wing and Iron Flame in general, just because Fourth Wing was just so good. But I think I overkilled Fourth Wing, but you know what? I don't regret a thing. I'm getting too off topic, but I figured it's like these days I'll carry like 2 or 3 colors with me for like if I decide I want to, if I like this enough to market, I've got the ability to. And with Iron Flame, I didn't tab it. So, but I figured with Vampire Bride, sorry, I saw Vampire Bride on the back here. But with Bride, the tabs were pretty. So even though I'm using like 3 different pink shades-ish, it's still, I still think it pairs nice, that I don't really care, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna read Bride. I've got some lo-fi going on my laptop, and then that's literally going to be the rest of my night because I finished editing before I went to dinner, and so my video is all caught up and ready to go for Monday. And then this weekly vlog ended up, the last week's weekly vlog is like, I think it's like 55 minutes. It's just under an hour, which I mean is totally fine with me. I kind of like that I'm now getting to having the opportunity and wanting to do these longer videos, just cause it's something I'm trying out. And right now I'm 2 for 2 in enjoyment in making these videos and putting them together and posting them. Now mind you, this is only my second actual weekly vlog, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the process, so I'm still going, obviously, as we can tell by the fact that I'm continuing to film. So, and I hope you guys will come along the journey with me. I mean, like I said, I'm enjoying the process, and I like seeing that there are people who are coming along with me. So thank you guys for being here for me and just helping me slowly but surely grow as a creator, and just knowing that there are people out there that want to watch my content. So I appreciate it. All right, let's get reading. Happy Monday. I meant to get you guys on the way home, but I'll get you here instead because I'm able to. So today, if you saw yesterday, between yesterday and my little clip this morning, I read a lot yesterday. Yesterday was full of reading. Guys, Bride. Oh my God. Like I can't get over this thing. It's so freaking good. Like, hello new book boyfriend. So I am currently in chapter 29. Like that's all I got left. I'm hoping, I plan on finishing tonight, and then once this is finished, I'm going to go into Beyond the Wand by Tom Felton's autobiography. But yeah, that's all I got left of Bride. I literally read from chapter 7 to chapter 29 yesterday, and I got a few little tabs in there. So good, guys. Like, so freaking good. I'm so excited. I'm having a time of my life. Definitely what I needed. I was in a small slump back in February. This is exactly what I needed. And I also just started listening to the Maid is my newest audiobook. So the thing with Project Hail Mary, I kind of had to stop Project Hail Mary because the audiobook I was listening to is no longer on YouTube. I can't find it. It's not in my history, and so I can't finish it unless I actually want to read it through my Kindle, through Libby. And I mean, I always can, but that wasn't the plan. It can still be the plan. Maybe I'll hop back into it later this month. We will see. But I'm currently reading this. I just started The Maid by, I want to say Nina Porter, but I could be wrong. I'll display it here so that you can see. I hear it's good, and I literally just started it today. And so far so good. It's interesting. The maid who we follow has autism, and so it's interesting seeing it from her point of view and how she interacts with everything so far. So I'm excited to see how it keeps going, and that is the update for tonight. So see y'all later. Today is Tuesday. I am currently on my way home from work. I just left, and I've learned now I'm gonna have to talk to you guys after work now for the next few months if I ever talk to you in the car, because I am now going to work in the dark. That's honestly, like, this is of the daylight savings, I prefer the one that we're in, where it stays light later, but then because it's darker in the morning and I leave the house before 7 o'clock, so it's dark out. And so I discovered, I went to go catch you guys up this morning, and I'm like, I can't update you guys because you can't see me. So I am now here this afternoon. I spent yesterday, I checked in yesterday. I did finish Bride. Guys, oh my God. So far, Bride is my favorite read of 2024. Like, 5 stars. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I was unsure going into it just because, like, I was never Twilight. Like, I was never really cared for, like, werewolves or vampires. But just the way that Ali Hazelwood did it was absolutely amazing. I cannot recommend it anymore. I mean, can we all get a low? Like, I love low. I really love low. It's my newest favorite book BF. I loved the way that they made up at the end. Like, of course, in all romance novels, there's like the things that the couple goes through and whatnot. I'll admit, there was a part of the book, a part of the story that bugged me. I will admit, there was like a small little section that bugged me. I felt like I understand like the purpose of it, and that it was and what happened was supposed to happen. It's not that it was, listen to me trying to explain it, but anyway, it felt completely weird to me, but at the same time, it didn't bug me so much that it dropped the rating of the book. And just the way that Lo and Misery made up at the end. Oh my gosh, I had like underlines galore at the end of the book. I swear, I did do some annotation in it, but not too terribly much. I was pretty light on the annotations, but it was still so freaking good. And it's just like, it was so freaking good that it's like I have to annotate it. But I didn't go crazy about it. It was nice and simple. And so I finished it, rated it. It was so freaking good. Like the last portion with Lo and Misery making up, I literally had my boyfriend read 2.5 pages of content, because it was all stuff that I was underlining too, and it was like they were going into their big spiels about how much they love each other, that I'm like, I just had to have him read it, because I'm like, look at them. It was so cute. So anyway, I finished that, and then immediately picked up Mr. Tom Felton here. Love. I am currently, I want to say chapter 5. I'm currently at chapter 5, page 46. I read a little bit this morning. I read a little bit at lunch. There was one time I stopped bringing books with me to work, but at the same time, I kind of want to start reading at my lunchtime again, so I'm bringing them back. And so I'm liking it so far. I mean, we've learned a little bit how Tom got started. Some of we learned about his family and his brothers, and then that's about it right now. And just kind of like his first like steps into acting. And I mean, it's a memoir. There's not going to be too much to note on. I'm just really excited to like learn about him. And it was really sweet, guys. Okay, Emma Watson did his foreword. Guys, like, they're so cute. Like, the friendship that Tom and Emma have is the absolute sweetest, and she shows it in her foreword. She cannot give any more, like, she gives so much praise to Tom that it's just the two of them are so cute. They got the cutest friendship, and so it was very nice to read. I got a great joy out of reading Emma's foreword for the book. And so now I'm just excited to learn more about Tom. So I'm currently listening to The Maid, and I think I said the wrong name yesterday, but the author's name is Prose, and I'm finding the book interesting. And I like that the main character, our main character Molly, has autism, and so the book is coming from her perspective. And I love that we have a story coming from the point of view of a person with autism, and it makes going about this whole thing a little more interesting because of the fact that it's a mystery. But at the same time, like, I love the diversity. I love that it's from her point of view, which makes the storytelling a little different. And in doing so, I feel like we're getting a lot of information that it's like, I almost feel like we're getting, I can't tell if I'm liking the book or not yet. And I'm halfway through, and this just seems to be one of those quick reads that I'm able to just listen to without an issue. I mean, I don't typically have an issue listening to my book, but for some odd reason, like, The Maid is going like really, really quickly. Now, I am listening at a 2 times speed, but aside from that, I just feel like the book is going very, very quickly. And I mean, that could be a good thing. So I haven't figured out what I think of it yet. I'm kind of like halvesies on this book right now. I'm sorry, guys. Like, it's like I want to know what happened, but at the same time, I don't feel as intrigued or interested in this book like I have been with others. But I still want to give it its full listen through and provide some honest opinions. Hopefully once the mystery starts clearing up, maybe it'll be a little more entertaining. Because right now I haven't really found the whole thing. Honestly, right now I have not found the book entertaining. It's not very high on my rating list right now. Like I said, I'm only halfway through. And I feel like we're gonna slowly start learning. The puzzle pieces are gonna start connecting as to what happened, because it's a mystery. There was the book. So the book is following the Molly Gray, who is the maid of this hotel. And there was one day where the husband of a very large tycoon dies. And Molly is the one, I do apologize if you can hear the car by my side, who's playing his music extremely loudly and the bass is very high. So, do apologize if that gets through. Anyway, so this big tycoon dies in his room, and Molly is the one to find the body. And then we start learning more. I mean, of course, we're going to learn more and more. Molly gets taken down to the hospital. They talk to her. And so I think we're at the point now where we're going to start getting those puzzle pieces to fit properly. Because there's another character that we have we're not really sure if he actually cares or if he's just trying to save his own ass. I don't know. This is like really sketchy character that I haven't figured out if I actually like or not. And I mean, I don't know if we're supposed to like him anyway, but that's besides the point. So, we're gonna see how this goes. And the one thing that I am happy is that it is a fast read, because like I said, I don't have much interest in it, so making it a fast, easy read makes the process easier. And so that this is one that it's like, I do want to finish it. I don't want to DNF it. And I mean, I could, but it's not going to hurt me to not. So I am going to finish it. I'm going to find out what happens. And then I'm going to move on, because right now, I'm not really finding the book as entertaining as I'd like. But it's like I've gotten this far. I want to see what happens. So I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to keep listening, and I'll update you guys when I am able. All right. Bye. Morning. It is Wednesday morning. I got to work a little early. So actually this morning, instead of reading, I think I'm going to just start cutting through my footage so far for this week's vlog and do some editing instead. And I'll read during lunch. Today should be a pretty chill day, and I'm excited about that. So, let's get on with the day. Alrighty guys, so I am almost home from work. So I ended up having the last 2 hours today, I ended up catching up on some scanning, and so I listened to the Maid while I scanned, and so I was able to finish the rest of it right before getting home. I just finished listening to the Maid, and it was okay. I mean, nothing too exciting. Nothing too, I guess you could say, nothing that like caught me off guard, or it was a pretty, I mean, it happened. I mean, it was pretty simple. I didn't quite care for it too much. In all honesty, it's gonna be a 2-star rating for me on that one. It was alright. Like I said, I didn't care for it. And the way that it just kind of all happened, it's kind of like, okay. I kind of expected it. I expected the entire book. I really did. Nothing was new to me in regards to my thoughts on what was gonna happen. So, yeah, pretty boring for me. It's gonna be a 2-star. And I am greatly excited to start a new book, since that was not my cup of tea. And hopefully I can find something a little more entertaining. So I'll check in with Libby, and I'll let y'all know tomorrow what I find. So I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna chill, and I'm going to be reading and editing probably. I am excited to pick Tom's Memoir back up. It's going good. We learned about the first table read of Harry Potter, and that's about it. That's kind of where we're at in his timeline. And I will check in with y'all probably tomorrow is probably gonna be the next time that I check in with y'all. So see y'all then. Hi all, it's Thursday, and it's after work. I am so excited because tomorrow starts spring break for my school. I have a teacher work day that I have to attend tomorrow, but there's no kids. I just have to finish up some paperwork to finish out the quarter. I'm so excited. So, being Thursday, we are out of the house all evening. So, my plan for tonight is, from work, we're gonna go over to Target, and you actually use my Target gift cards this time. And I am specifically I'm gonna be looking for the book Better Than the Movies. I just watched this afternoon. I was doing some scanning. I literally spent the last 2 hours again just finishing up the scanning that I had. I'm finally caught up, and it feels fantastic to not have completed kids' paperwork just waiting for me. I'm finally caught up. I don't have massive stacks anymore. It's beautiful. So as I was scanning, I was watching Alexa Ray's newest video of, she was reading until she found a 5-star, and her 5-star read of the video was Better Than the Movies. I think it was Lynn Painter. So at Target, we are going to be looking for Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. I loved watching Alexa's video and her reaction to it, and it made me want to go and find the book. And I would love to find a romance that I can get into, you know? I've become so accustomed to fantasy romance that it's like regular romance books are almost too real life for me, because I mean they are real life because they're just strictly romances, and I look more for the fantasy romances. But the way that she reacted to it, and between the synopsis and her reaction, is like, I want to read the book now. I want to get my hands on it. So we're gonna go over to Target and see if we can find it. And I don't know if the sequel's out yet, because there's a sequel to it called Nothing Like the Movies, but I don't know if it's out yet. We're gonna have to find out. So either we're gonna find just Better Than the Movies, or we're gonna find both. And honestly, if we find both, we're gonna buy both, because it's a series. Kind of have to. 2 for 1. It's not gonna be 2 for 1, but book math, girl math, whatever you want to call it. We're calling it book math, because if it's a series, you gotta do it, right? Let's go see what we can find. Alrighty guys, I have made it to Target. I'm so excited to go and look for this. What are we talking about? I am so excited to go inside and look for these books. I have never gone book shopping with the intent to look for a specific book. Typically when I go book shopping, I'm just perusing and seeing like, oh, what's here? what's catching my interest, because there's like a list of books that I'm familiar with and it's like, oh yeah, that'd be cool to read or whatever, but I've never actively gone book shopping. It's like, I'm going for that book. Well, I stand corrected. I did for Christmas. I went Barnes and Noble shopping for a specific book during the holidays. Anyway, the other thing is that I realized I went hunting for audiobooks yesterday, and it occurred to me that because of the fact that I love listening to them on my drives, I decided that I'm going to take a pause on audiobooks just until after spring break, just because I'm not doing any traveling. I'm not doing anything that would be where it would be beneficial for me to have an audiobook. I mean, I'm going to be real. Because I'm going to have the week off, I'm pretty much going to be really reading the hell. I can't speak, guys. And so I figured I'd take a break from audiobooks just because I'm not doing any traveling for spring break. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not really doing anything. So I don't really have a reason to listen to audiobooks over the course of spring break, just because of the fact that I'm going to be at home and going to be able to read my physical books. And so that's what I plan on doing. I plan on reading the hell out of my physical books over spring break and seeing how much of my TBR I can get read over my spring break. So the weekly vlog is going to be a little more involved next week, just because of the fact that I kind of like this idea of, just because of the fact that I have the week entirely off work, but doing is like, how much can I read on spring break where my job's not involved? So that'll be exciting to do next week. So let's go hunting in Target.
I can see it in your eyes, like chemistry stare I can't deny. It's all the candid feed. Won't you tell me that it's real? You're in my feelings. I can't believe that. Boy, I found you. Yeah. So tell you down, I can't get enough. I just wanna dance with you. So can you keep it up, boy? Can you keep it up, boy? Keep it up, keep it up. Why do we keep on standing here when all we gotta do is dance?
Alrighty guys, I have made it out of Target, and I did get a little distracted by some cups and some other books. What's new? Those are my two weaknesses right now, are books and cups. But we have success. I have accumulated 2 books. Of course, going in and finding what I was originally looking for is Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. This will actually be my very first Lynn Painter book. I have not read her before, so I'm excited for this to be my first one, and if I like it, I'll see about reading some more books. So we have succeeded in finding Better Than the Movies, and I realized that I went looking it up after I found it in there. I went to look up about its sequel, which is Nothing Like the Movies, something like that. I realized it's not even out until September, so I got the first one. We'll see what I think of the first one for when the second one comes out, but that won't be out until September. So, and then I also I found Bookshops and Bonedust by Travis Baldree. I saw Legends and Latte a while back, and it seemed so interesting, and I liked it because it's a nice high fantasy cozy vibe. Most of the high fantasy I read are not very cozy, and so I liked the idea of a cozy fantasy. And they did not have Legends and Latte, but that's okay, because Bookshops and Bonedust, even though it was released after Legends and Latte, it is technically first. It is, if you look it up, it's considered number 0 of the series. So it's like a prequel. And so I was going to read them in this order anyway. I was going to read them, Bookshops and Bonedust, and then Legends and Lattes anyway. So this works out. Plus, I could not find Legends and Latte. They did not have that one in stock. So we stuck with the one. And if I find the other one later, I shall get the other one later. And what was awesome is that like both of these books were like $9 and change. Bookshops and Bonedust was just automatically on sale. And then Better Than the Movies had a price match that the lady inside helped me with. And so I'm very excited to have accumulated these 2 books. Okay, so if you are not familiar with Better Than the Movies, the synopsis on the back states, Liz Broxbaum has always known that Wes Bennett was not boyfriend material. You would think that her next-door neighbor would be a prime candidate for her romantic comedy fantasies, but Wes has only proven himself to be a pain in the butt ever since they were little. Wes was the kid who put a frog in her Barbie dream house, the monster who hid a lawn gnome's severed head in her little homemade neighborhood book exchange. Flash forward 10 years from the great gnome decapitation. It's Liz's senior year, a time meant to be rife with milestones, perfect of any big screen, and she needs Wes's help. See, Liz's forever crush, Michael, has just moved back to town, and horribly annoyingly, he's hitting it off with Wes. Meaning that if Liz wants Michael to finally notice her and hopefully be her prom date, she needs Wes. He is her in. But as Liz and Wes scheme to get Liz her magical prom moment, she's shocked to discover that she actually likes being around Wes. And as they continue to grow closer, she must re-examine everything she thought she knew about love and rethink her own perspective of what happily ever after should really look like. That's precious. I am so excited for that. And then for Bookshops and Bonedust, I do apologize, it's got a shinier cover, so it makes it a little harder to see. But the synopsis of Bookshops and Bonedust reads, Viv is a young battle-hungry orc, but her career in the notorious mercenary company Rackham's Ravens isn't going as planned. Wounded during the hunt for a powerful necromancer, she is packed off again her will to recuperate in a sleepy beach town of Merc. So far from the action that she worries she'll never be able to return it. What's a thwarted soldier of fortune to do? Spending her hours at a beleaguered bookshop in the company of its foul-mouthed proprietor is the last thing Viv would have predicted, but it may be both exactly what she needs and the seed of changes she couldn't possibly imagine. Still, adventure isn't all that far away. A suspicious traveler in gray, a gnome with a chip on her shoulder, a summer fling, and an improbable number of skeletons proves Merc to be more eventful than Viv could have ever expected. So I am excited to see what this one's all about. So I am going to go get some food before I gotta go to my appointment. I will check in with y'all later. I'll probably check in with you while I'm eating because I'm probably gonna eat and read or eat and edit. I haven't figured out yet, but I'm gonna do one of them. Alrighty guys, I am home and it is currently almost 9 o'clock. I decided I will be spending the remainder of my evening reading as much as I can before I gotta go to bed. And like I said, tomorrow is a teacher work day for me, so hopefully I won't be too terribly long based off the list that I have. I honestly don't see myself staying any longer than like half a day. It's not too much more that I gotta do. So I don't see me taking all day tomorrow. So I am hoping that I can get off nice and early and come home. And what I'm really excited about is that tomorrow night, once everybody's home, me and the fam are going to be watching the new Disney Plus release of Taylor Swift's Eras Tour. We are so excited. We're going to make like a whole night of it just watching the entire Taylor Swift Eras Tour from the comfort of our living room on Disney Plus. We're so excited. All right, and I cannot wait. And so now it's just, part of me already feels like I'm on break, you know, even though I gotta go in tomorrow. But I am excited to have some time to relax. Definitely needed. And after bringing home Better Than the Movies and Bookshops and Bonedust, I almost drew a blank on the title. I did draw a blank. Listen to me. I've got them sitting like sideways at the top inside of my bookcase because I am literally running out of room, guys. My stack. So, let's see. My hardcover stack is like, it's getting pretty big. And then my shelf, I literally have the two of them sticking like right in there because I am literally like out of room. And then the other thing I started doing, I'll turn my camera around for this one, is putting any of my physical TBRs here on my nightstand. So that way it gives me a little more room in my bookcase. Maybe I can like trick myself into keeping my TBR here, which means that they're not in the bookcase, which means that I have room in my bookcase. That's what I'm telling myself. So we'll see how long that lasts. But for the meantime, I will be sitting and reading for the evening, and I'll check in with y'all tomorrow. Have a great evening. I did want to show you guys that like there are two spots. So like in the book, there are these two little areas that like are off. And I realized just because I passed the first one that they're just these little inserts. They have nothing to do with the timeline of where they're located. Oh, currently, since there's my bookmark, I'm currently at chapter 13. And so it's nothing to the story. They're just kind of in here. It's like these little pockets of pictures from Tom growing up, and it's really cute. And then there's another one back here of another grouping of photos from his time. It's like the first half is his older year, I'm trying to do this through the camera. First half is his younger years. And what I love is that, like, because of course Harry Potter wasn't his first one, he did broomsticks first. And so, this is one from he did a commercial. And then, where is it? Oh, up here, he did a movie called The Borrowers when he was really young. And so these are some pictures from there, and it is literally the cutest thing. And like he was talking about his ginger curls that he had to sport for the movie. It was really cute. And what I loved him talking about this commercial is that because of the jacket that he's wearing, the puffer jacket, kids in the street thought that he was Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone. And so he realized that that's what he looked like. And so it's so funny. He says, with my pretend grandfather in my first advert, this was an ad that he did. But then his real grandfather was his chaperone for the first few movies because his parents couldn't chaperone him. And so his real grandfather ended up sporting a few cameos in the early films. So he talks about where you can find him in the early days. So it's really, really cool because he naturally looked like an old wizard. So you can find him sitting in the stands at a Quidditch game. You can find him sitting at the head table during the first film. It's really, really cool. And so it's really fun learning about it. Like look at this. There's a dummy, a spooky rubber doll. I love how he says that. So yeah, this was really fun. By any chance, do any of y'all out there do the Wordle and connections through the New York Times? We've started doing that a while back, but there's something about today's that made me want to come on and ask if y'all do it, because today's was very interesting. I got the yellow and the green without an issue, but I'm looking at the blue and purple categories in connection, and I'm like, I could not for the life of me figure it out. I happened to get it on a lucky guess. And not even the category that I would have known more. And so I'm amazed myself I got it on pure luck. And the Wordle took me till 6, and that's because my last 4 guesses were literally all rhyming words, just trying to guess the first letter. And I'm like, I can't believe I almost didn't get that. And I think at this rate, there was nothing else that it could have been. But then I saw the answer and I'm like, once I did get it, and I'm like, oh yeah. It's like the word it actually was much simpler than the ones I was guessing. I laugh at the way my brain works sometimes on these. But yeah, let me know. Do y'all do the Wordles and the connections? I find them interesting. Wordles, the Wordle has been pretty easy for me. That one's an easy one to do. The connection gets me sometimes. And I almost wanted to stop. Sometimes they can be frustrating for me. So, but curious. Does anybody else do those? Morning. It is Friday. I am at work early. I'm the kind of person who likes to, the earlier I work, the earlier I get off. So I'm getting my workday started early, and I got my coffee, I got a muffin. I figured, teacher workday, let me treat myself. And I tried the new lavender cold foam in my coffee this morning, and it's really good. I like it. So nice, smooth taste. So I got this, I got my water, I got a to-do list. I'm ready to go. Let's go. Hey guys, it is Friday. It is just after 1 o'clock and I am on my way home from work. I am so excited. So, work day went fine. I got everything done that I needed to done, and so I am now on my way home for a nice cozy day at home and the start of my spring break. So, we're gonna go home, get nice and comfy, and then probably just like get to reading. Like that. That's my plan. So I will meet y'all there.